It's late July 2020. My sister Coco calls from the States, sobbing. You know, Dad thought he might have had COVID or the flu. It turns out he has stage 4 colon cancer. The oncologist thinks he has weeks to live. Oh my God, my dad. I have to figure out how to be with him, but the US-Canada border is completely shut down for COVID. I take my chance. I drive to the border, and I say the 4 most impossible words. My father is dying. The agent lets me through. I rush down to New York City, crying most of the way. My sister Coco, my niece Hannah, who's 26, and I move into a tiny studio down the hall for my father to help out. Week 1, Hannah does errands, big and small. I make my father special treats. My sister keeps him covered with a special pink fuzzy blanket, and as we watch Rachel Maddow. But he goes downhill quickly. Week 4, he no longer eats or drinks, and he can't open his eyes. One morning, I catch him licking his knuckles. What are you doing, Dad? What's on your hand? Chocolate? Mama's making chocolate muffins. She always lets me lick the bowl. Wow. He's no longer in this place or time. I'm glad it's such a happy memory. He's always loved chocolate. It's the last thing I ever hear him say. Week 5, my dad is so ill that we have him transferred to a hospital. It makes it so much harder to see him. It's COVID, so we don't take buses or subways. We walk the hour each way to the hospital in the hot August sun, dripping under our masks. One of us inevitably forgets something, a phone cord, which means back to the studio and back to the hospital, which honestly is like a science fiction film during this lockdown. All of the personnel are dressed in PPE, full PPE, have something on their heads and masks and visors, and they look frantic if we ask them for anything or to take anything away. The preposé continues to bring lunch to my dad, even though he's in a coma, and he can't seem to stop. Everybody is on automation. We try to make things nice for my dad. We keep the door closed, we play soft music, we hold his hands, rub water on his lips, tell him we love him. Week 5.5, a note is slipped under the studio door. You will have to vacate the premises by September 1st. It's August 30th. They want us to leave in 2 days? It's COVID. There are no hotels open and very few Airbnbs, and our dad is dying. Don't they care what we're going through? We spend the evening searching for Airbnbs, anything that's open. And then my sister finds the jackpot. It seems neat and clean. There are 2 big beds. It's closer to the hospital. We take it sight unseen for 2 weeks. The next day, we drag our bags through the steaming city over to the apartment. And when we get there, it's not the same one. This one is dirty and dingy. There's 1 bed. There are 3 of us. The agent says, I'll bring a cot. Take it or leave it. It's COVID. Then Hannah calls us out to the balcony. Look down, she says. We are not only closer to the hospital, it is right in front of us. And if we count down 6 floors and over 13 windows, we can look directly into our father's hospital room. We'll take it. That evening, we celebrate my dad. We bring chairs and a speaker and chocolate and martinis, my father's favorite drink, out onto the tiny balcony, and we tell crazy dad grandpa stories, all our favorite ones, how he used to chase after fire engines, And even when we were having dinner, if a fire engine passed, he'd run after it. And no, he's not a lawyer or a journalist. He was a guy with a child's heart, and he never grew up. How our house could never have chocolate, like even in the most incredible hiding places, because he would find it, and it would be gone by the next morning. And how, until he was 80, he would kill people at the ping pong table, including his very young grandchildren, and said to us, like, girls, when you're my age, if you've got it, flaunt it. Coco brings out another round of martinis, and we sing all of his favorite songs. And we sing them so loud, we imagine them going through the air and directly into his hospital window. We sing New York, New York, because this is his favorite city. And Piano Man, because my dad is the piano man. If there's a piano and a crowd, you can always find him playing. And we also sing, don't let the sun go down on me. Every February, we join my father in Puerto Vallarta, and we sit at his apartment, and at sunset, we sit on his balcony, and we belt that song out as the sun dips into the Pacific, kind of like we're doing right now. And it's his sunset now. It gets dark, and we have an even better view into his room. Now we can clearly see his feet. So we bring blankets out, and we watch over him most of the night. The next morning, the oncologist calls and says, it's time, come quickly. We make it to the hospital in less than 5 minutes. My father is breathing like a racehorse. When we get to his room, we hold his hands. We tell him what a great dad he was, what a great grandpa, what a great man. I whisper into his ear, it's okay. We'll be all right. And 40 minutes after we arrive, his breath gets faster, his eyelids flicker, his feet move like he's running his last race, and then it stops. What did we do now? Do we have to tell someone? We decide to wait until someone finds us. And it's not a nurse, it's the préposé with my dad's lunch. And we tell him he will definitely not need the lunch now. But if you don't mind, tell the nurse that we need a few more minutes. Because I can't explain it, but my dad is still there. There's a warm light in the room that gets a little bit brighter, and then it continues getting brighter, and then like a bolt of sunlight comes in from outside, and I can imagine my dad watching over us from the window, the way we watched over him the night before. It's so ironic. If we hadn't gotten kicked out of the studio and hadn't ended up in that really rotten Airbnb, we wouldn't have been able to watch over him on his last night or to be with him during these last moments. The light dims. I imagine my dad flying off over the city he loved so much, off to the land of chocolate muffins. Thank you.